try and, just get in the mood for these recordings and stuff. But I left off, when I asked you your top 5 punk albums, I left off 2 that I just, have always been on repeat. I feel like I gotta add them before I ask you my question here. But Siren Song of Counterculture by Rise Against and Die for the Government by Anti-Flag are phenomenal.
They're pretty formative for us, too, as a band. Yeah,
absolutely.
Cool. I didn't know we were going to get to do redos, otherwise I would have had some shit prepared.
Well, here you go.
Okay.
Top 5 metal albums.
Ooh, cool. Put me on the spot with a different question.
Would you like me to say my 5 first?
Yeah, let's hear yours first.
Okay. So, in no particular order. I can't decide. But End of Heartache, Killswitch Engage.
God damn it, that was the
We're allowed to say the same thing.
Okay, go ahead.
We basically listen to the exact same music growing up. So, and Follow the Reaper, Children of Bodom.
That's my second one.
Yep.
You son of a bitch.
I figured we were going to have basically the same list, but Paranoid, Black Sabbath.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to say Waking the Fallen by Sevenfold, but the White Album is just as amazing to me. I don't know which one I like more, but I'm going to say Waking the Fallen.
The White Album?
The self-titled one. The one with critical acclaim and everything. Yeah.
I was like, they had a White Album?
Yeah. And then there's another tough call, but I'm going to say Iowa by Slipknot. Subliminal Verses and All Hope Is Gone. I honestly don't know which of those 3 I've listened to the most out of those, but I'm going to go with Iowa just because I guess I would say if you're looking at the whole body of work, Iowa is the only one that's from start to finish all metal songs. Yeah. All the other ones divert a little bit,
Iowa's the one with Wait and Bleed, right?
No, that's the self-titled. Iowa's Left Behind.
Gotcha.
People Equal Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's insane.
Which one's got Psychosocial?
All Hope Is Gone.
Yeah. Alright, so mine.
Yeah.
End of Heartache.
Banger.
Bodom.
Follow the Reaper as well.
Follow the Reaper. Yeah. I think Sounding the Seven.
Nice.
Probably. Okay. Not necessarily because it's their best album, but because it's the one that introduced me to them.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go Ride the Lightning by Metallica.
Nice.
And my 5th will be self-titled Slipknot, because Wait and Bleed used to be my pump up before football games and wrestling. I would sit there just yeah, fuck yeah.
Slipknot's good gym music, absolutely.
And I remember at one point my mom heard what I was listening to get pumped up, and it made her scared of me a little bit. That's what this music's supposed to do.
Yeah. I remember, I forget who I was in the car with. I think it was actually Sean's girlfriend at the time. But, we were all listening to more metalcore, Atreyu and Avenged Sevenfold at the time. But Subliminal Verses had just come out, and I had that on. And she went, ew, this is metal music. Not even metalcore, just straight metal, yeah, this is awesome.
that actually made me think also The Curse by Atreyu.
Oh, yeah.
Is up there. And the Bleeding Through album that we used to fucking listen to all the time.
This Is Love, This Is Murder.
Yeah.
That one's really good. Yeah. With all the, what's that movie? The brothers. The Boondock Saints quotes.
Yeah. Just peppered throughout because it's super edgy.
Just because it's awesome.
Boondock Saints.
Firefight.
Boondock Saints was the original, what's that British crime show that all the edgelords post now? With Cillian Murphy in it.
Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. Boondock Saints was the first Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
But it's for Irish people.
Yeah.
Or is Peaky Blinders Irish? No, it's Cockney British.
I don't know.
I really tried getting into Peaky Blinders. And I liked it, but I had to watch it with subtitles on because I could not understand a fucking word those guys were saying.
Well, that's going to come up once I start touring out of the country, but I can't understand. Yeah. Anyways.
It's a different language.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. This is the Remember the Times podcast. I'm Mitch sitting here with AJ.
Hello, everyone.
We're here with a bonus episode. Ooh,
we were just talking about our favorite albums. Now we're going to talk about, I guess, our favorite SBNC album. Both of ours, yeah. We talked about how we recorded it last time. This time we're going to tell you about how we wrote the songs. There's 9 songs, so it's probably going to be a short episode. But here we go. We started this one off. I wrote us an intro song called A Slow Decay.
This is the first intro song that we got, right?
I think we all just wanted an intro song. We wanted that AFI one that everyone could like chant and stuff, you know?
The Through Our Bleeding We Are One.
Basically, yeah, which I have tattooed on my back. But
Tramp stamp.
No, that's on the top of my back.
Okay. What's your tramp stamp?
It's too big to be a tramp stamp, but whatever, fuck you. It's Remember the Times, the name of our goddamn podcast.
That makes me uncomfortable. Is it too late to change the name of the podcast?
You know, one of my original ideas to get tattooed was just to completely black myself out, except for the chest, to get the Venom thing. Could have just done that.
Yeah, you would have missed out on lots and lots of tattoos.
It's true. I just would be... I mean, I'd probably be done by now, but...
This is jumping very, very far ahead, but I remember on Warped Tour, there was the roadie who got an actual bullseye as a tramp stamp.
Oh,
and with the cursive text of, might as well be a bullseye over.
From... Wedding Crashers. Yeah. Oh my god, that's amazing. Anyways, back to our intro track. So the idea started off, we were all AFI fans, so we wanted one of those. But I think it actually, I mean, between your take on it and just what I wrote, it actually sounds almost more Danzig-y to me than AFI.
I think so.
Yeah, like the guitar's more metal. The opening, like the lead riff, kind of sounds like a darker Hell's Bells by AC/DC.
We got the chanting in. And we added the gong sound.
Yeah. Oh, which actually...
No, or was that later?
That's later. That's later. So this one... Yeah, I mean, it's really just that. It's like only 1:20. The intro, it's got like a really like weird, creepy thing. Do you remember how we did that? It's like a lot of...
Yeah, you did like a lot of like slides on the guitar and like weird little like plucks and stuff, and then he reversed it.
Well, not only that, but while I was like doing feedback, you actually had took a drumstick. It was just you and I there that night, and you were like playing over my strings with the drumstick while I was trying to feedback.
Lovingly fondling the strings.
Yeah,
and we made some weird sounds, and then he reversed.
He reversed it, and he reversed like some of Chris's like demo drum takes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like backwards cymbals.
It sounds cool.
Backwards cymbals sound like one of the more unsettling noises in the world.
Yeah,
like the crash to the silence. It's weird.
So. I really like how this one turned out. All being out of time aside, but
I think that this is one of the songs that when we talked about like most pumped about my performance.
Yeah,
like, I can still listen to this one and the next one
for sure.
And I'm just like, fuck yeah, you nailed those ones.
So yeah, absolutely. So Still Locked Away, which has come up before, is track number 2. I wrote this song with Chris's help while we were in England over the summer.
With British Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes. Is 100%, I mean, which I think a lot of this album is, but you can tell very much that I like AFI a lot. Except for that, like, intro. So in my head, if you guys remember the whole CD medium, but you could record things in, like, negative time on the album. It's like, I know Limp Bizkit's Significant Other has that, and, like, AFI does it. Like, if you rewind stuff, there will be parts of songs in negative time where you can only get to if you like play the album or reverse it, but it's not like you can't skip to it.
Yeah, if you go track by track, it misses.
So in my mind, that's where my mind was at. Like this whole intro of this song, I wanted to be in negative time, but the guy just didn't know how to do that.
Yeah,
so it's just part of the song.
You're asking a lot from a guy who's recording us out of his.
But when I was writing it,
house.
when I was writing it, that was the whole intro was supposed to be
the longest intro.
It's a very long intro.
In SBNC history.
Yeah, it's very long. I don't think the vocals start to like well over a minute into the song. But other than that, I mean, the drums, and I think Sean, as you said as well, Sean was like really stoked when I showed him this song.
Mm-hmm.
And he loves this song. The bass he wrote is really cool. I love Chris's drums on this song. And again, as for the rest of the album, I thought you crushed it. Yeah.
This was one of the first songs that we did where I was like, I can do that. And as we were recording it, I was just like very impressed by myself doing.
The only thing I remember about writing this song when we were putting it together in practice, if you listen to like the bridge of the song where you're talking,
mm-hmm.
there's like a muting.
Will this still be?
There's like a muting guitar, like a dun 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 little chugging riff. And James actually wrote that. That was his idea. And we were all kind of like, oh shit. Like, not that it's like, it fits really well, but that's definitely not something that any of us would have thought James would have brought to the table, because it just sounds something that wouldn't be in his mind.
I think he was still primarily listening to like the Guttermouths and the Vandals and stuff like that. Like we were slipping more into metal. We like begrudgingly dragged him. He was begrudgingly dragged into listening to metal with us.
Yeah. Which honestly,
and it's a very metal like chin 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 chin.
It is, yeah. Which we were all just like shocked at, but we're like, dude, that fits really well. Good job. But now, like, we thought we were like getting metal, and now like listening to this album, like it's really not. Like this at best, this is like a couple songs are like hardcore songs. But
yeah, I think it's closer to like a Rise Against punk metal kind of.
Yeah. But so I wasn't really writing metal stuff yet. But
we sure thought we were.
We totally thought we were. Just because we were screaming a little bit does not mean we're a metal band. But
we were like scream shouting too.
Yeah, Chris was the only one of us who could like scream.
Mm.
Yeah, and he's not the lead singer. So, but anyways, okay, number 3, Nothing's Perfect. Sean and I wrote this song. I think, as talking about the whole James thing, like he really took a back seat. I don't think any of these songs were his at this point. I don't think that was on purpose. I think Sean and I were just kind of on a writing kick.
You guys just had too many songs already.
Too many songs, and like, yeah, we were just ready to go. But so Sean and I wrote this one together. I don't remember who started the idea off, but I just remember writing it. We wrote like the whole thing, and we just showed it to you guys. Like, we got a new song. Here it is. I'd already written the melodies and the lyrics, and you just like took it from there. But
slammed a bunch of words into it.
Another very fast one of my own doing. But I really like how this one turned out. This is just a hardcore punk song, pretty much all the way through. But yeah,
and another one that like I was never able to scream like this again.
I
don't know how I did it, and I
you got it on the recording.
Yeah, I can never catch lightning in the bottle twice.
I can't be sure, but I think you had like just started smoking cigarettes, so maybe you were like...
No, I didn't smoke until college.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind.
I had like my first couple when we were on the Europe trip because we were in Europe, and that was like the cool thing to do.
So you weren't cool till college, huh?
Yeah, I was super cool in college. Ask anyone.
I remember. Yeah, I don't know. I like this song a lot. I just think this one's cool. There's really super straight and to the point. It's only like 2 minutes long, but it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, track 4. I mean, I think this is my favorite SBNC song. Breathe No More.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting things about this song. So, first off, that opening, there's a really weird opening riff that doesn't repeat. It's just in the beginning. This song's only 2 minutes as well. But when we were on that camping trip with your family that we wrote Good Planet Idiot at, I was just fucking around on the guitar, and I was not listening to the song, but just in my head, I was trying to pick out the beginning of Bleed Black by AFI, the do-do-do-do-do-do, and I played it. I couldn't do it. I played it horribly wrong, and then I was like, oh, this is actually kind of cool.
Actually, kind of like what I just messed up.
Yeah, so I just kept going, and that was where the intro came, and then just like the rest of them, as you can tell, I think this is just, I was listening to a lot of Black Sails Sunset by AFI, and that is just what this song is to a T. I wrote all of the yelling melodies and stuff. The lyrics you wrote. Do you remember? Yes. Do you remember doing this?
I do. I remember. I think I took Adderall at the time. I was like just starting to tinker around with you guys. You guys had just ready Adderall, so I was like, let me tweak on this a little bit.
All I remember is that I got we still had instant messenger, and you just messaged me one night. You're like, I'm drunk, and I wrote a song. And I literally have the lyrics from Instant Messenger printed out, like, so it's your name and mine, and there's just all these lyrics.
Was that my account, Sir Thomas Swift?
No, High on Life, BDY, because you were Mitch the Body Davis.
Mitch the Body Davis.
Yeah.
So I remember writing this song. We were at there was a house that we used to party at where the parents were like, yeah, as long as you're drinking here, you're not out causing trouble in the streets.
Right.
So we were there, and there was a girl that I liked, and she didn't like me, and I got into a weird like emo frame of mind, and I was just like, I need to go right.
Interesting.
I put myself in a room, and it's one of those ones that I cringe listening to the lyrics because I like remember where I was when I wrote it,
right.
And it was like, oh man, like buddy, it gets so much better. You're gonna be okay.
Are you?
Dude, I don't know if you heard I was listening back to our last episode. You can hear my child crying in the background. My life is great now.
just staying up all night with crying babies.
Yeah, but they're my babies.
They're your babies, yeah.
With my absolute warrior of a wife who listens to the podcast, and I love you so much.
Oh, somebody's in the doghouse.
I'm just making sure she knows when she's listening to this later. Because I don't know when this will come out. I probably did something.
Probably.
And I just don't have it in me to write emo songs about it anymore if I get in trouble.
But so I actually remember, so I had put this song together with your lyrics. This was before we asked Sean back, because I wrote it, and I remember this was still when we were switching instruments, and I showed you the bass line, and I was like, do you want to play guitar or you want to play bass? And I guess I'd written a pretty cool bass line. You were like, ooh, I want to play bass. So I was originally going to sing this song until everything happened with Sean came back, so you ended up, I just played guitar. But yeah. So that's number 4.
Okay.
We're almost done now. We're on track 5.
We're halfway done.
All right. Well, over halfway done, because only 9. Get out.
All right, man. When we're halfway through this song, we'll be halfway done.
Fine. Gunsolve Mystery is a song completely written by Sean. Sadly, same year, a friend of his at his school passed away, and so he was part of a poetry group at his school, and he wrote this as a poem, kind of just like another cathartic experience to deal with that. And then, so when Sean writes songs and lyrics, he has no melody in mind. He just tells us, like, this song goes with this song.
Mm-hmm. Figure it out.
And so you wrote all the melodies and stuff. But and I think it's a very high song, but you did a very good job of it.
This is one of the ones where, like,
keeping the tone of everything.
So I felt like this was like one of the most interesting songs on the album. It's like very different from everything else. But we when we recorded it, this was one of the ones that I like. Fuck! I wish we could have gone back and done another take of the bridge. The need you to know me,
yeah, sure.
Because it's long and high the entire time, and then I just held it, and I didn't know where I was going to go, and you hear like and it just kind of like falls off. But I always really liked the song. I think we only ever played it live once
at a talent show, like
probably because we were scared because it was difficult to pull off.
Yeah. Sean also told me he was very appreciative. We actually let him sing a line by himself in this song, and he loved that, and he killed that line.
Yeah.
He actually so he had I think he had some schoolwork one night, and he wouldn't come, and I was like, Sean, we're doing Gunsolve right now, like it has a bass intro, like we need you. And he refused. He wouldn't come. And I remember him saying afterwards, he's like, fuck, I really should have come, because I had to just like guess what he was doing to help Chris record the drums, and it's so out of time. And now Sean's bummed about that. But
yeah, so he had to re-record his bass on top of the drums out of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if it sounds weird, that's why.
That's why. Little recording note. And then also this is embarrassing, but I completely, so in the beginning of the song there's just an acoustic guitar, and I'm just like kind of raking some bar chords. I was just like, ooh, I can play bar chords now. I did all minor bar chords, and almost all of those should be major. So it just sounds stupid, and
But you were pumped that you learned a new skill, so you had to use it.
Well, I could already do it. I think it was just like I was actually trying to incorporate them into our songs now, and but I did it completely wrong. And I really get upset listening to that. Other than that, the song sounds great to me. Yeah. I wish we had played that one more. Okay, moving along, number 6. Ooh, Unanswered is, I think, even still to date, the only acoustic song you and I have ever recorded.
Yeah.
This would be... Actually, this is another one of those ones. There's a couple of those on this album, but you would just write lyrics. You and James would write lyrics all the time, just give them to me. And
make a song out of this.
Make a song out of it.
Make a song, monkey.
And this was one of those ones that I did. So, again, Mitch wrote the lyrics, and I wrote the melodies and all the music. And we were just there one night together, the same one that you did, like the
drumstick.
The drumstick on my guitar thing. And you and I think we pretty much just like one taked this one all the way through.
I really like the effect that he put on top of it.
Sounds like a vinyl hiss or something.
Yeah.
I enjoy this song. I mean, we have almost no reason to play this song ever because we don't play acoustic shows at this point in our lives. But Yeah, it's a nice track.
Yeah, it's a good
I think
track.
it's fine. Yeah.
It's a solid acoustic track.
Yeah, I dig it. I dig it a lot. And then, so 7, Our Ball and Chain is just a redo.
Brought it back.
We brought it back. We had at one point, or at some point, decided to harmonize my guitar riff. It sounds more Avenged Sevenfold-y because we were so into them. That's really the only difference. You punched up the vocals ever so slightly, and I made my highly unnecessarily long guitar solos slightly better, but they're still unnecessary. Yeah, they're still very long. And that's about it. There's no difference. So
I remember this one being the first time that I was like, ooh, these lyrics are going to be a problem because it ends with a big, powerful key surely waits till the damn 18.
And we're almost 18 now.
And we were pushing up on 18. And I was like, what are we going to do when we're 19?
Well, luckily we kind of stopped playing the song pretty soon. But
we gave the song a shelf life.
Yeah. And then, okay, so now we're on number 8. It's called Never Mattered. I wrote the music, and to me it felt like a Pennywise song at first, kind of like a Fuck Authority type, like in that like mid-range. But after you wrote all the lyrics and the melodies, and now it doesn't sound like a Pennywise song
it
at all.
Completely changed, yeah.
Yeah, now it's like a hardcore song. But I really like this one. Again, I don't think we played it that much, but
I think we played this one.
Did we?
An okay amount. I might be mixing it up with Nothing's Perfect, just because they both start with N.
Sean told me he wrote a very difficult bass solo, which you unfortunately can't hear in the recording at all. But he
is the case with a lot of bass solos.
Yeah, he hated playing the song because he couldn't do it live, and he said he always fucked it up. But yeah, so there's that. But I really like this song as well. Unfortunately, again, it falls. I don't know if anybody else noticed but us, but there's a lot of out of time parts that just drives me up a wall. But,
yeah.
Yeah, but hey, we were 17 and 16 and 15.
And so learning, like remembering from last episode, we were learning an entire new recording technique at the time.
Track by track, yeah.
And we weren't recording it with a metronome, which is a big problem.
A big problem, yes. That's brutal.
It's kind of like a critical part of that methodology of recording.
But we were stoked. You know, we won our $500 at the fair, and we're getting to record it all by ourselves.
Gotta blow it.
Yeah. I don't know how much that breaks down to a song, but I think we gave him the whole thing, but I don't know.
I could math, but I'm not going to math.
Yeah. And then the last song, we
SBNC's
go for a big one.
first ballad.
Yeah, The Night God Died. Mitch, you wrote the lyrics, yeah?
Yes.
Another one you just wrote and handed to me with nothing around it. I don't know if you know this. I started putting this together. I was in a music theory class that year, and my final was to record a song. So I actually started putting it together for that, and so somewhere out there is a instrumental only version of this song. Yeah. And I remember I got a really good grade. So I was like on the right track.
And like, this song's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I got a B on it.
Yeah. Hey, how do you know I didn't get an A?
Because a B for you is a really good grade.
Rude.
In like most subjects. I don't know how you did in music theory.
Not good. Yeah.
It's hard.
But I really like this song. I may or may not have made a few parts go a little too long, but I think that was the point of the song. It was supposed to be a long ballad, like Avenged Sevenfold, I Won't See You Tonight, Part 1 type. You know?
It wasn't supposed to be like our single.
No, this was not. But I even wrote a piano part for it, which we invited our friend Taylor from Allura to do it. Not because I couldn't, just because we thought it would be cool to have people on the album.
Yeah, get some guests in. Also,
but then we recorded it again like after we did the rest of the song, so the piano is horribly not in time with the rest of the song. There's no metronome, so it's just like
go for it and see what happens.
Yeah, but he did a good enough job for just winging that. But and then what else? I don't know. You sound. This one is like probably one of your. This and Still Locked Away your top performances.
I think so.
Yeah, I think I feel like I did a good job with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one was like an important song for me because I wrote it about my dad who died when I was younger. His initials were G-O-D, so God G-O-D.
Right. I didn't realize that at the time.
Super clever.
Yeah,
I'm a bit of a poet. I'm a bit of an artist.
A poet? I didn't even know it.
So I remember going balls out for this song to try to really bring it. You
did the performance too.
I think it went good.
Yeah,
it was one of those songs that like it's really low and then it's really high, and the contrast between the two was supposed to be like kind of highlight the whatever the fucking feelings are.
I really wanted to,
but I remember belting it, and I was like, that's about as high as I go.
Yeah, no, that was the top of your range.
That's peak.
I felt like we had a really good song here, and I didn't want to like blow it, so I actually had my guitar teacher help me with the solo, like make sure I was on the right track and stuff. Because I don't know, I wanted to like, I wanted to do this one justice. Not that I haven't gotten. I hope I've gotten better since then. But I think I did. I think that was pretty good for a 17-year-old.
I thought it was good, and it was very like "I Won't See You Tonight" Part 1.
Yeah,
like you said, which we were huge fans of at the time. Yeah. So we were like,
we're speaking of "Awakening the Fallen" by Avenged Sevenfold, track 9. "I Won't See You Tonight" Part 1.
In case you want to look it up.
Yeah, it's great.
But just know the track numbers. You can't look at the track listings.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was our. That was our recording session in December, and we didn't have like a release date. We just started giving it to people.
Yeah, we like burned it onto discs ourselves, and like, here you go.
Oh my god! To end it, Mitch, you did some fantastic artwork. We had just done a photo shoot at an elementary school, which was odd.
That's where you're supposed to do them.
Yeah, but so okay, what did you do with the picture, Mitch?
Is this back when we had a particular governor?
Yeah.
So this was right around when Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of California.
I'll post this on our socials because I have pictures of it. But
all politics aside, we just wanted the governor to be the governator.
Yeah,
we were excited about it. I think it was right when we were able to start voting. They were like, "Oh man, the Terminator, cool." And so he became our governor, and he was very much in the zeitgeist again. And so I took our photo shoot and I just photoshopped his head onto all of our bodies. And I don't know why. I don't remember why, and
I mean, we were big Terminator fans, and
we definitely weren't a political punk band by any stretch.
No. But so like the outside of the cover is us with SBNC over it, but then you open it up to see the liner notes on the inside, and it's just
the same picture, but
like you put like a sombrero hat on one of them.
So I had learned Photoshop, and I was excited to try it.
It's great. It's just our bodies with a bunch of Arnold heads on it.
This is the beginning of me just like, I'm just going to fuck around with Photoshop and see what I can make. and then like, oh yeah, we're using that. It's in print now.
So good. I mean, yeah, so there's only probably like 20 copies in circulation, but it's a fantastic one. I can't wait to post that.
Well, can we put that artwork up on Spotify at all?
I don't know how.
Because you can only do cover art, right?
Yeah, I think. It's already up.
It's already out.
Maybe I can go back in and edit, but yeah, it's going to be at least on TikTok and Instagram.
Well, yeah, obviously it needs to be released.
Yeah, it's just too funny not to.
Such art should not be hidden.
The governor.
Don't hide your light under a bushel.
I know you're like a professional. I work with computer guy now, but this was your finest work of all time.
I think this. If you look at the arc of my life, this is where it kicked me into the computer realm.
I can now put Arnold's head on anything.
Yeah, that's on my resume.
Step 1 or bullet point 1.
Send me a picture of you. Send me a picture of you. You think I can't do it? I can do it, man. And then please leave our office.
Yeah. But so that's our the Organization of Sound and Silence SBNC album.
Yeah.
2004 release. There you go, guys.
That's the bonus episode.
Check out the album after you listen to this episode or before. Go check out all 9 songs. They are now on all streaming services and or our YouTube channel.
Yeah. And I got to sign off this time.
Well, since we're talking about Arnold.
I was going to say, we'll be back. Or were you going to say, hasta la vista, baby?
I was going to say it's not a tumor. For some reason.
Jesus Christ, that's the only one that doesn't make any sense.
I know, but it's so funny.
This is the Remember the Times podcast saying, get to the chopper. All right. Bye.
What do I press?
Space, man. All right.